Unfortunately, from the records I've checked, I don't think there was any loud campaign or loud call for people to come. That's why my own parents were included in this, because they married long before, obviously, 1986. As far as when I was born, they were already long married. That's why I was so shocked and embarrassed. And I agree with Mr. Hanif about that type of embarrassment. But it looks like they never went to register it when after 1986. So our solution was this, Chairperson, and I spoke to the DDG of Civics, that they must issue a circular to all the Home Affairs offices. Any person who married by Sharia law or Muslim rituals, who comes to Home Affairs to ask for a death certificate, they must then be asked to bring in the evidence of that marriage via Muslim or Sharia law, and immediately that be registered on the National Population Register immediately. Then immediately a death certificate issued, which is written marriage, because that definitely is a marriage. You may remember that this is nothing new, because customary marriages were also not registered, but the Customary Marriage Act was passed in 1998, which said anybody who married customarily must come to Home Affairs to register. Quite a number of people still up to now have never registered, which means that their death certificate will also come as never married. So it's not something that is done to Muslim communities only, but we believe we can resolve it. I avoided saying we must make a call that they must come and register, because many people may not even hit that call until they are in trouble, like when they see a death certificate. That's why we thought the right way to correct it, where it has the most, is when they get death certificate. That is the first thing. The second thing was about Matrimonial Property Act and marriage, Chairperson. As you know, when you get married in South Africa, there are certain property issues which must come into being when it so happens that we divorce. Either people marry either in community of property or out of community of property. Many South Africans don't know this. They just get married. No antenuclear contract, they don't sign anything, they just get married because they are happy, they love each other. Only during divorce, then they realize problems, because the law takes a view that if you did not choose the marriage property regime which you want to get married into, then it is assumed that is in community of property. It's a default position, in other words. In the new act, which I said we still have to release, we are proposing that this should not be the case. All marriage officers, regardless of religious or national background whatsoever, all of them must be made to choose which property act do they choose. Do they choose out of community of property with accrual or without accrual, or do they choose in community of property? Those three. Now it so happened that any one of those, when you choose, you need a contract. And Mr. Hanif was worried that many people, when you need a contract, you need a lawyer. That many people don't have access to lawyers because of their financial circumstances, and they don't think this will serve them. So I made an undertaking, and I subsequently was informed last night that actually in many magistrate offices, so that will develop, as part of the new act, a pro forma form about marriage contract, where people will be told that this is the type of marriage, that's the other type, etc. Which one do you choose? And once they've chosen a particular one, we give them that pro forma form, which is a contract, and then they sign it. Those are the issues that we wish to offer the Muslim community via ALJAMA. But it ended there because Mr. Hanif was still adamant that they need that act which they presented, that private members' bill. And as you are aware, we don't process private members' bill. It is in your hands, honorable members. Thank you very much.